Okay, hello everyone. Today is my first day doing the live stream. My name's DuVall, so it's really my first time getting back here and getting to be live with you guys. So I wanted to open it up for a few questions, tell you a little bit about myself. Sorry for a bit of technical difficulties on my first day doing this back here by myself. So just a little bit about myself. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. I have 7 siblings. I also was a part of a military family growing up. So I've lived in a couple states. I've lived in Seattle. I lived in Buffalo, New York, but mostly staying close in Alabama. So that's a little bit about myself. I went to school at the University of Alabama and got my degree in news media, but I always knew I wanted to be a meteorologist. So I went and pursued my master's degree at Mississippi State University. And so I received that in May, and I'm starting here in June. So just a little update for everyone, just so you can get to know me a little bit before we get started here. So let me go ahead and click over to this show so we can see what's going on here. Maybe we just stay on this for a second so that I can get this all set up for you guys. Like I said, if you have any questions for me, you let me know. Hi, Seth. It's going pretty good in the Cincinnati area so far. I mean, still learning a little bit of everything so far. Restart this really quickly so I can get on the right server here. Here we go. This is probably the right one if I had to guess. But it's pretty hot and muggy out there. How's everyone's commute been to work? I mean, like I said, it's pretty hot and muggy out there, but it's been a beautiful day so far. I don't know if you've been out there, but it's been pretty nice. We're gonna get up into those upper 80s today, so it's gonna be cooler than we're gonna see in the next couple of days ahead. Just seeing which one this is connected to. Sorry, it's loading a few of my graphics right now, but yeah, let's see if anybody is on here on our streamings. So we are actually in a heat advisory right now from tomorrow at noon until June 24th around 8 p.m. So it's going to be a long time in our sorry, I didn't know that was still up there, but it's going to be a little bit where we're in this heat for a long while, and you know, it's going to be pretty hot up there. The reason we're in that heat advisory is because the heat index values are going to be 100 plus for the next couple of days. And this is when, you know, we're above 100 degrees on our heat indices for at least 2 consecutive days. So we're going to see pretty much some large amount of heat in the next couple of days. We can pull up this 7-day so you can go ahead and look at what's going on right there. You can see, like I said, we got those first alert weather days, Sunday through Friday right now, and see that it's going to be hot and humid on Sunday, and that's going to continue. The humidity is going to ramp up, and so is that heat. We're going to have heat indices, like I said, in those upper 90s, low 100s, so it's going to be very hot out there. You need to make sure drinking lots of water and staying hydrated in the area. Because if you stay outside for an extended period of time, make sure you're getting in the shade, drinking some water, staying hydrated. Going back inside and feeling that air conditioning frequently will be pretty important. This is not loading for me at the moment. Oh, it's starting to. Let's hope this works a little bit better. But yeah, definitely take breaks, stay in the shade, stay hydrated. Don't leave any of your kids or pets in the car, that's going to be a big problem if you do, because inside the car is going to heat up faster than the outside is. About 60 minutes in, your car is going to feel like 133 degrees. So it's going to be very, very hot in the car. You don't want to be stuck in the car in that kind of heat there. But anyways, we're not going to get much relief as we move into those overnight hours. You can see our low temperatures are going to be in those low 70s throughout. So it's going to be pretty hot and muggy throughout all of the week ahead. And you're really just going to need to take those breaks and stay hydrated as you go outside. This is still over here loading for me. So let's see if this will load. There we go. Okay, so I got it. Sorry for the delay, guys. But so today is another long day, and like I said, sunrise was at 6:11 this morning, and our day length today is going to be 4 hours and 55 minutes. So it's going to be a long day. That sunset's not till 9:08, and that's going to stay around that same time until July 3rd. So pretty long stretch of time that we're going to be seeing those really long day lengths. So the first alert weather days, the next couple of days, we'll see temperatures that are in the 90s but feel over 100 degrees. Now, when this is going to happen is Sunday through Friday, and it's going to stay all week long, and we might need to add a couple more alert days as needed as we move throughout the week ahead. So as we move forward, you can see we're in that heat advisory Tuesday, 8 a.m., and that includes all of our viewing area there. We can zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. But yeah, we're in that heat advisory from June 22nd at 12 p.m. until June 24th at 8 p.m. So we got a long time where we're going to be in that heat advisory. So just make sure, like I said, staying hydrated, making sure you're taking care of yourself if you're going to any outdoor activities for at least the next couple of days. But we're in this heat dome still. We have that high pressure sitting over us really right now, and you can really see that high sitting over us, and that air coming in from the south is what's really driving that. We have a ridge over our area. It's going to keep us hot, dry, humid, all of the things that are going to make it very unpleasant to be outside the next couple of days. It's going to be the air you can wear. You feel it all over yourself, but that's going to continue through the 23rd and even into the 24th. We're going to be in those upper 90s. So it's going to be very hot and a great day to get outside, get in the pool, cool off a little bit. So if you're heading out to the pool around noon, 82 degrees today, 84 by 2 p.m. and then by 5 it's going to be 86. So it's going to be a really warm, bright, pretty day outside. As you see behind me here, we have very pretty skies out there, not a cloud to be seen right now off of our camera here. So it's going to be a great day to get outside. So make sure you go enjoy it while it's a little cooler than it will be in the next couple of days. So for your today, if we track that out for you, the high is going to be 86 degrees, but you can see we'll steadily increase as we round around that 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. mark. But then as we go into the later night, we're not going to see much relief. You can see it's still 80 degrees by 11 p.m. So it's going to be very hot, very muggy outside, and that's only going to get worse from here. But like I said, we're very clear right now across the metro, and you can see that across our cams as well. Let's take a zoom in closer view of these cameras. You can see that Newport Levee looking pretty clear. A beautiful day to go golf at Clover Nook. Off the FOX19 camera, a beautiful view of the city. We can zoom in to our tower camera here. You can see a beautiful day outside. You can see a little lens flare rainbow on the screen there, but just a beautiful day today. Enjoy those sort of lower temperatures while we still can. because it's just going to get hotter. Like I said, 78 degrees in Cincinnati right now. A little bit of a wind. You can see that south wind that's bringing us all of that humidity, all of that moisture coming in. It feels like 80 degrees, so we're already ramping up those feels like temperatures right now. Humidity 68, so it's getting up there. It's not as bad as it's going to be outside, but pretty bad to say the least. You know, it's going to be pretty hot out there. But temps right now across the area, 81 in Hamilton. We're sitting at 81 in Batesville, 79 in Wilmington. So it's pretty hot across the area, and it's only 10:30. So imagine how much warmer it's going to be by this afternoon. So it's only going to get warmer from here. You can see our temperature change in the last 24 hours. Hamilton is 5 degrees warmer than it was this time yesterday. So you can already see that change starting to come into the area. You can see that Lebanon is 4 degrees warmer, Middletown 4 degrees warmer, and Richmond is also 4 degrees warmer. So we're seeing a lot of heat and humidity out there. You can see on this muggy meter that we're kind of lower on the humidity chart today, but it's only going to increase from here. You can see steady drops into that overnight hour, but really we're pretty steady on that very humid, almost tropical feeling humidity out there. So it's gonna feel pretty bad, so we're definitely gonna need to hydrate as we move into the next couple of days. Stay in the shade, make sure that you're going frequently indoors to where there's air conditioning, cool off some, make sure you don't leave any kids or pets in the car because your car can heat up very, very quickly, and that can become a dangerous situation. So make sure you look before you lock your doors and limit outdoor activities. Find some shade if you can. Like I said, heat is the #1 weather-related killer. So really just make sure that you're taking the proper precautions when you go out there. So let's take a look at those feels like temperatures right now across the area. Hamilton sitting at 84, Middletown 85. Most of these places in the low to mid 80s, but Batesville is our hot spot over there sitting at 88 feels like temperatures. Like I said, only 10:30 in the morning. So it's pretty warm for this time of day. And we can go into a future cast of these feel like temperatures. This is Monday morning, 9:30 a.m. Okay, sitting in those low 80s, upper 70s, low 80s area around the morning time. Really hot, but as we move into the afternoon on Monday, there's those feels like temperatures in the 100-degree mark, hitting that at the airport, Hamilton, Harrison, Lucan. So we got lots of areas with those 100-degree marks, and that continues into Tuesday, hitting the 100-degree mark across the area. Just a few places not quite reaching that 100-degree mark, but making it pretty close. And that continues into Wednesday as well. You can see 100-degree mark again, and that just continues. And so it's going to keep getting hotter and feeling really, really warm and sticky out there. We get a little bit, like I said, just a little bit of relief on Friday. Not much, but just a little bit. You can see that we have those upper 90s there across the area. So feel a little bit better, but not really. You're still going to be hot, humid, sticky. You're going to be wearing this humidity all over you. You're going to need to find that shade. So definitely not a great downgrade, but a little bit better. We can all look forward to the Friday afternoon coming. Okay, so then Saturday, again, another relief. This one's even bigger, so this one's going to feel even better coming into Saturday morning. Now, we are expected, according to the Climate Prediction Center, to stay well above normal for this time of year. You can see we're in this orange shaded region here, and that will indicate that from June 29th to June 5th, we'll be up above average still, which is around our normal temperature, which would be what we are going to get to today, around the mid 80s. Not these 100-degree temperatures, but it says we're going to be well above normal, so we can expect some kind of 90-degree mark in the future coming into the next week ahead. So this is going to be our first 90-degree day on Sunday. So make sure you're taking the proper precautions going out there. Know the differences between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So once again, we're going to talk about our first alert weather day. What is it? It's when air temperatures are in the 90s but feel like over 100 degrees. So it's going to be very hot out there. And when is this going to be? It's going to be Sunday through Friday. Now, this is just if we don't add more days to it. It definitely lasts all week long starting tomorrow, but we can add more first alert days if needed, if we have some more things that we need to make sure you guys are aware of before we get into anything else. So making sure that y'all stay aware there. I'm going to show you guys the difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke so that we know the differences going in to this week ahead. So let's switch this over so we get a really good view of these heat dangers. Like I said, heat is the #1 killer. So we need to make sure that we're very, very hyper aware of this as we move into the next couple of days. So like I said, heat is the #1 weather-related killer. So we need to know the differences with our heat danger. So with heat exhaustion, you'll feel faint or dizziness. And with heat stroke, your head will start throbbing. So those are one of the differences. Another big difference, this one is really, really big, guys. Excessive sweating will happen if you're heat exhausted. But the minute you stop sweating is the minute you need to call 911 because this is a big deal. At that point, you need to go to the hospital. If you stop sweating, that's the biggest sign of having a heat stroke. So make sure that you're taking the proper precautions here, noticing your body, because when you sweat, it evaporates, which is a cooling process, which cools off your skin. If you're not sweating, your skin can't cool off. And so you'll continue to heat up, and then your temperature rises, and then you have a heat stroke. So we really need to watch for that one. Heat exhaustion, cool, pale, or clammy skin. And then for heat stroke, red, hot, dry skin. Like I said, no sweating, no evaporation, no cooling off your skin, so your skin's going to get hot, it's going to get red, and it's going to get dry. But the other side, if you're sweating a lot, you're going to be cooler, your skin's going to be pale, and you're going to have clammy skin because you're going to be sweating a lot more. Okay, so either one of these can cause nausea or vomiting. With heat exhaustion, you have rapid or weak pulse, and then in heat stroke, you have rapid, strong pulses. So that's going to be a continuous, strong pulse there. So then, for heat exhaustion, you have muscle cramps, but for heat stroke, you might lose consciousness. So, like I said, the minute you stop sweating and the minute you start feeling all of the headaches, no sweating, dry skin, rapid pulse, this is when we need to start dialing 911, making sure you're getting the proper care that you need. But if you have heat exhaustion, you need to get into the cool, air-conditioned area, drink some water if you're conscious still, take a cool shower, get one of those cold towels, put it around your neck. So there's lots of things that you can do to prevent this heat stroke from happening. So just make sure over the next couple days you're taking the proper precautions with that as well. So let's take a look at our 7-day. And like I said, next 3 days, the humidity is going to return today. It's going to be hot. It's going to be more hot than it was yesterday for sure, 86 degrees out there. But then as we move into Sunday, we're going to be hot. It's going to be humid, and that's when those first alert days start happening. So Sunday into Monday is going to be in those low 90s. Now, as we move into the rest of the week ahead, we're going to continue to see those alert days come on into our area. So we've still got those low 90s on Tuesday and on Wednesday. We have those heat indexes 100 degrees plus. So it's going to feel a lot hotter than what these numbers actually say. So you need to keep watching that sun. Make sure if you're going out sitting by the pool, you're getting in frequently or drinking water. Cool your body off just a little bit, but wear sunscreen because the UV is going to be pretty high out there. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to continue to see this. Now, we will see a little bit of chance. Like I said, it says on here, slim PM shower chance. You're going to see a little bit of a shower chance coming into the area, but it's very, very slim. If anything, it's going to be an isolated shower moving through that will be very, very quick in nature. So we shouldn't really be worried about that. If anything, it's going to cool us off just a little bit, so that's going to feel really nice. So let's take a closer look at this 7-day. I'm just checking the comments here, see if we have any questions for me coming in. Someone asked about the rain. Like I said, very scattered in nature. If we have any, it's a very slim chance of those just isolated pockets of those showers coming through. If there's going to be anything, most likely not, because we do have that high pressure holding off that rain chance for us. But there is a possibility that that ridge moves out of the way and pushes that high pressure away. And then, yes, that PM slim, spotty chance of showers could come into effect, but it's very small at the moment from what the models are suggesting. Also, I want to apologize if I mispronounce any of the cities. I just moved here. From Huntsville, and I just graduated from Mississippi State University. So if I mispronounce any of the names of the cities or towns, I do apologize ahead of time. I am working really hard. I have a printed list of all the pronunciations. So I'm trying not to put my country twang onto all of the county names here and town names. So really trying there. If you guys have any questions for me, you can leave them in the comments right now. If not, we can just leave the 7-day up for just another minute and I'll sign off. Like I said, new to Cincinnati. I had never been here before until I came to tour this station actually. So this is my first full week here. I'm excited to be here, grateful for you guys welcoming me into the new station here. I'll be live tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you want to tune in, watch my debut, that's when I'll be debuting for the first time on live TV here. So that'll be exciting. I did do WVUA 23 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama on the weekends while I was in college. So I do have experience going live for those worried. Just having a few difficulties this morning with, a new system, learning a new city. So getting a little better, but I'll leave you guys to the 7-day, and thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll check back in with you later.